Now that we've taken some time to look at the different structures of text, including description and problem solution, cause and effect, we're going to look at some specific features within nonfiction text that help us read that text. As we've talked about in previous lessons, with nonfiction, we don't have to read from beginning to end like you do with a novel or a fictional short story. With nonfiction, you can skip around to the features that you need, and there are certain features that allow us to do this. We're going to go over the different features, and then you will take some time to do a scavenger hunt through some various nonfiction texts that I'll have in the classroom so that you may see these features and see the advantages of these features in action. We can always look for the title of the text. That's an obvious one. It's the name of the literary work. It gives you an idea of what the book will be about and what you will read in the book. The appendix is a helpful section at the end of the book or the document that gives additional information that is important to the text but is not in the main text. An example of this is the periodic table in the appendix of your science textbook that helps you understand chemical elements. Captions are those words underneath and beside photographs, illustrations, or charts explaining what the picture is about or what's going on in the picture. Oftentimes we see captions and we say, oh, that's the part we don't have to read. But really there's important information in those captions when we pay attention to them, and we can learn from insightful information if we pay attention to those. Charts and tables are also helpful. Those charts and tables are a visual representation of data, a visual depiction of information that is quick and easy to read. Diagrams explain how some things work, or they show the relationship between parts of a system. A glossary is the alphabetical list of terms with definitions for those terms. It usually appears at the end of a book and includes terms which are newly introduced. Graphs is another type of visual representation showing how two or more sets are related to each other, plotted with reference to a set of axes. Headings and chapter titles are very helpful when we're looking for specific information. It indicates what the passage below is about. Subheadings are a secondary heading added underneath a subject heading. They are used to divide entries under the subject into more specific subcategories. The index are pages at the back of the book that tell you where to find important topics in the book. It lists the page number the term is found on. It gives you very specific information to the specific page for your information you're looking for. Maps. Information presented in a visual form to tell you where something is or where it happened. It helps to understand where places are located. Photographs and illustrations are pictures that emphasize key points and add interest. But once again, make sure you pay attention to the captions under the photographs. If text is in bold or dark print, or highlighted, or in another color, that is used to show words sometimes that can be found in the glossary or key important words to the text. A table is a list of facts or numbers arranged in special order, usually in rows or columns. Table of contents is a list that shows the major chapters and parts of the book as well as the page numbers. Timeline is a visual representation of events in history displayed in chronological order. Footnotes are special notes at the bottom of the text placed at the bottom of the page in a document that provides additional information. Oftentimes you will find reference to another source here, or sometimes you will often find new content words defined for you at the bottom. Bullet points. This is when a symbol is used to introduce items in a list. Bullet points are used to create a list and make it easier to read and understand the information. If words are in italics, it's those words that are slanted to the right, and it calls attention to important words or terms. And a sidebar, the boxes of information to the side of the main text or the main columns. All of these text features are helpful to you as you're navigating the different texts you will be reading with your research assignment. So over the next several minutes, we're going to look at some of these different text features. At each of your desks, you'll find a collection of books that I've pulled from the Media Center. You will spend some time digging through those texts, finding examples of footnotes, italics, bold print, captions, photographs, maps, and recording those on this note sheet. After a certain amount of time, we will swap tables so that you have a chance to look at other books, so you are familiar with all these different text features before we begin researching your topic.